Okay, getting a late start today. Gonna be heading to the pit. Um, I decided since it's a late start, Dustin said there was a lot of water. I could be running my dredge, but I'm wanting to do a little bit of testing. Last time it rained, I took my dredge. Uh, we both took turns running the dredge, and when we got done, because we recirculated the water, it got really muddy and mucky. So the mats were overloaded. I'm pretty sure we lost probably a lot of gold there at the pit because, we were running sand. We got to learn to slow it down, especially when you can't see. It's kind of hard to do that when you're recirculating water. So anyway, as you can see right here in the back, I've got my tubby concentrator I got loaded. Gonna do some, like I said, do some testing on the tailings. I'm sure I'm gonna find a lot of gold because it was overloading the mat. Doesn't matter what kind of mat you're using. If you overload them, you're gonna lose gold. But before I get started, before I head to the pit, I've got for December, I've got three new patrons. Joseph Anderson, I want to welcome you to the family, and our premium patrons that joined is Paul Bordelmay. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, and Scott Folk. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. All my patrons. I couldn't do this without you guys. I really couldn't. So I really do appreciate it. So we'll be doing the drawing on the 3rd. It should be the 3rd of January for our Christmas draw. And our photo. Thank you to everyone that entered a picture of the Christmas tree on our Christmas tree contest. I'm going to have my daughter pick 3 that she likes, the top 3 that she likes, not in any order, but just the best 3 that she likes. And then I'm going to be sending those 3 pickers. I've got everybody's addresses. I found them in my patron site. So whenever I announce, I do the draw, my Christmas draw, and announce the winners of the Christmas tree, I've already got your addresses. If your address has changed, let me know. Usually it's, if I do the drawing on the 3rd, usually by the 6th, 3 or 4 days later, I get everything, in boxes ready to go. Let me know if your address changes. I'll make sure I make that correction. So anyway, well, time to quit messing around, and I've got to get. So we can get out to the pit, do some testing, find some good gold, I'm sure, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll be back. Well, here it is, January 1st, 2019, about 40 degrees, and we're back at the pit. Would have been out here earlier, had some things that come up. I was going to run my dredge. Really not going to have enough time to get it out, but Dustin has his Martin High Banker, and he's got a 2.5-inch nozzle. He finally got put on it, running it as a suction dredge, and I brought my tubby concentrator out here, so let's go for a little walk. If I could have made it out here earlier, I'd have loved to have floated my dredge, but that's okay. I got my tubby concentrator, and what I did was I got that bucket right there. That come from where the white bucket, right there, where the white bucket's sitting. It's tailings from my dredge the last time, so I want to go through that and check, see if there's any gold. And then the white bucket, I dug material from right there, so I'll be able to run a few buckets through my tubby concentrator, and I'm sure I'll get some gold. I'll start collecting for premium patron for my January draw. So anyway, I got to get to work. We'll be back. Yeah, here we go. You're doing you're just cleaning basically the top mat out, right?
Yep.
Your miner's moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I about got this bucket ran right here. The tailings.
A lot of black. Could have took it down further, but normally I'll take it home and take it down further when I get home.
Oh yeah.
I have to start to see some show up though.
I know I'm down to 4%, so if this battery goes dead while I'm showing this, I'll have to.
You can start seeing it form a line in that corner.
Oh man. Look at that. Would you look at that? Just look at it. All right, he gets it cleaned out a little bit closer. I'll bring it back on. That way I don't lose all my battery. We'll be back in just a second. All right, well, wow, look at all that float gold.
Rolled over by the black so you see it.
Look at all that. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Man, there's a lot of gold in there.
Yep.
I had to charge it from my truck. My battery went dead quickly. Probably because of the cold, like you said.
Yeah, there's a bunch I washed down, but there's a bunch in the pan.
I know, and mine, I guess I'll have to do my clean out and come over here and show it in a pan is what I got. Mine is, I've got the bucket ran, so I guess when I get it into a pan and get it panned down, I'll bring it back over here to the truck and show you what I got. So we'll be back. Well, here it is, short and sweet. Just to show you the top tray for my tubby concentrator. That's a nice piece right there. Of course, when we was running the dredge, the water got real dirty and we were overloading the mats. So, and man, we got some good gold out of them mats, but that's just a little portion of the tailings. So we're definitely going to be rerunning them tailings again. That's a nice piece there. Wow. Man, oh man. All right. I still got that to clean up out of that second tray. And it's, well, I'll tell you what, I don't know how much time we got left, but we'll take it off the phone. We'll just walk it over here. I'll show you. There it is.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
That's all concentrates.
Dude, you can see layers of the black sand in the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
That's all cons I gotta take home and go through.
Yeah, I gotta go through all this stuff too. It's all black sands. Loaded. My hands are freezing, dude. My body's warm, just my hands are freezing. There it is again. It's a nice piece. Well, I'm gonna get another bucket of the tailings to take home. Wow. All right. Well, short and sweet video. I'm gonna get some stuff to take home and run, so maybe I can set up and run some more at the house where it's nice and warm inside the house, and we'll go from there. So there's Dustin. He's getting his stuff put up. My hands are red. Look how red my hands are. Jeez. Can't say we don't get out in the cold elements. In the elements. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, gonna get loaded up, go back home and finish it. So we'll be back. Whew. I tell you what, it was absolutely freezing outside when we got done today. And I'm so glad to bring this back home. But I got my tubby concentrator inside. Of course, I keep it on a tarp just so I don't get in trouble from the wifey, even though it doesn't splash water anywhere else. But just to give you guys, to show you guys something. Now, I don't care what kind of mats you guys use on your dredges or high bankers, or if you're just running regular riffles. If you ever overload your material, or you overload your dredge, I'm going to show you what happens, especially when I'm in. This is why I didn't decide to go out and run my dredge. I wanted to run my tubby concentrator because I knew the last time I took my dredge out that when we got done, because the water was so mucky, was overloaded. But this is why you want to make sure you never overload no matter what you're running. This is from a 5-gallon bucket of my tailings, my dredge tailings. And there's a dime as a reference. That's a lot of gold there. That's just a 5-gallon bucket. So I put it in. Of course, I panned it into here. I got my safety pan, and I guarantee you, there's a lot of gold in this. Well, you might be able to see it, but I know there's gold in it. I've seen some of it wash down as I was panning it. But anyway, there, right there is going to be. I'm going to let this dry out. I'm going to add this gold to the other pan. And even that black, I even got gold right here. You can see gold all in it. Would you look at that? Just look at it. I mean, it's even on the pan everywhere. It's like right there, the speck. I got pieces there. It's just everywhere. There's everywhere. But I've got this bucket here, and I got 2 buckets from my tailing, and I filled it all the way to the top. And let me tell you guys something. This material is so much heavier than you going out and shoveling dirt, gravel, sand, or whatever into 5-gallon buckets. Even a half a bucket. Now I've got a half a bucket there and a half a bucket here. 2 half-gallon, 5-gallon buckets is equivalent to a full 5-gallon bucket of regular dirt that I shovel into something. This stuff is so concentrated. And so what I'm going to do is, since I brought back 2 buckets, I'm going to run everything from this, because I think running a full bucket's too much. I think I lose gold even if I run a full bucket. There's so much gold. So this is going to be one draw for January. Now that's going to be a nice one there. And there's more gold in there, and there's still more gold in that. I highly recommend some type of water table, preferably a Martin water table. But any type of water table will work to get all the super fine gold out of it. And then that, I'm going to use that for a draw. I'm going to use that for a January draw. Plus, I've got another 5-gallon bucket completely full to the top out there, which I'll do 2 halves on it. So I'll have at least 5 starting out January, 5 draws. So whatever gold I get out of that will go to a premium patron. Whatever gold I get out of that will go to a premium patron. The other 5-gallon bucket, there's 2 more there. And of course this will go to premium patron. So January's starting out pretty good. You know, here it is, January 1 and 2019, and already prospecting on the first day of 2019. Awesome. So anyway, I've got to get this set down here, and let's start out. And this water here is a lot warmer. Oh man, so much warmer. Let's go ahead and get it started. And the nice thing about this is you really don't have to classify, because it already has a built-in screen. You don't have to pay anything extra. I mean, even the Go Cube's good to have. And the Go Cube, you can actually buy the topper piece, which has a screen. Well, this is already built into it. So, and this thing will load up full of black sands quickly. Don't worry, if I push something here, I push a little gold out, I'm not worried about it. It will go in one of these grooves, or it'll go down here in one of these grooves, in one of these drop ripples. So anyway, all right, well, we get done with this first one. I'll do a clean out, and I'll bring it back, show you what we got, show you what you can get whenever you overload, no matter what you're using. This is what happens. It's a good learning curve here. So anyway, we'll be back. Well, here it is. Here is a half a bucket. Look at that, 2 nice pieces there. This thing is loaded. Would you look at that? Just look at it. I mean, there's gold everywhere in here. It's all over this pan. Man, that's some nice chunky stuff. And there's where I panned it into, and I guarantee you I lost a lot of gold panning this out, but just kind of giving you just what it's all about, so you can see. And I'll dump all this stuff back into there. I'm gonna let it dry out, and that'll be another box it up and get it ready for a premium patron. So anyway, just to let you guys know that let me stand up here, and I'll be dumping that stuff out. There's my tailings. So make sure, guys, that you know, don't overload your sluice or high banker, dredge, whatever you're running. That's what happens. That's why I wanted to take my tubby concentrator out there, because I wanted to show Dustin what it's like when you overload something. You run too much material. You just got to let it work. No matter care what kind of mat you're using. You can use hog mats, dream mats, ripples, carpet, miner's moss, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can't overload it. And that's what happens. The gold runs right off the top. So I'll have, man, starting off January, I still have 3 more 5-gallon buckets to run. So, man, that'll be at least 5 boxes. Starting it off pretty good for January. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to become a patron, I'll leave a link in the description. Become a premium patron, and it gets you entered into anything and everything that I give away, or anything that I host, outings. I do appreciate my patron family. Video, like I said, will be coming up of the December Christmas tree draw, and of course our Christmas premium patron drawing. We have a lot of stuff we're drawing for that, and I've still got plenty of buckets here to run to keep my patrons happy with some gold. But like I said, I'll when I get done running the half buckets, I'll take pictures. I'll post them on the Patron site so you guys can see what each half of a 5-gallon bucket contains of the gold. So until my next adventure, this is Dennis Dayton, Indiana Gold Hunter.